Good afternoon, Nkosi Talk Shows family. It's Namsa here at Nkosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So, if it is your first time here at Nkosi Talk Shows, we talk about, we help our audience find their own voice, lead from within in every area of their lives. So, finding your own voice, it could be finding your own voice in your relationship, business, career, being a parent, and all sorts. So that's how we help. So the topic today is to how to guide your heart and date well. So in a world where love can feel both exhilarating and uncertain, learning to guide your heart while still opening it to connection is one of a life's most secret balancing act. Too many people either give too much too soon or protect themselves so fiercely that genuine intimacy never has a chance to actually blossom. So the truth is, guiding your heart is not about building walls. It's about setting divine boundaries that honor your worth. To guide your heart is to recognize that emotions, your time and your love are treasures, not to be given carelessly, but to share intentionally. It means understanding the difference between being cautious and being cold, between protecting your peace and blocking your blessings. So dating well then isn't about playing games or performing perfection. So then is about showing up whole with clarity, faith, and self-respect. It's about listening to your intuition, that quiet voice of God within you, while staying open to lessons love brings. When you date well, you don't chase validation. You cultivate connection. You don't lose yourself in another. You grow alongside them. So this journey is not about fear, it's about wisdom. It's about learning how to love freely without losing yourself, and how to feel love in without letting it drain you. So the number one, you have to define your purpose. So the reason why I chose this topic, guys, is sometimes people they fall in love. And when they fall in love, when things don't work out, they cry like, he broke my heart. Why did you give him your heart? He broke this. A man is meant to share your world. A woman, she's meant to share your world with you, not you giving him your heart and giving her your heart. You're sharing your heart so that you are okay. Even when things don't work well in that relationship, you still be okay. You still be able to move on with your life. Some people say, no, sir, it's not easy. No, it's not easy. But when you love yourself unconditional, when you work on yourself, when you work on your wounds, you are no longer wanting validation with that person. You are sharing, you're giving love. You are no longer being in a relationship with a heart that is wounded. You heal your heart. You share that love with your spouse. And when they feel that they don't want to be with you, you still be okay. You give them blessings, and you still be okay and move on with your life. But with God, everything is possible. So that's why I chose this topic. Number one, define your dating purpose. Know why you are dating. Marriage minded, companionship, discernment. Purpose prevent drifting and makes it makes no easier when something misaligned. So clarify your non-negotiations. Sit down and list about 5 or 7 values you will not compromise. It could be faith, integrity. It could be emotions. It could be like emotional theft. It could be sobriety. It could be kindness. It could be growth. It could be maybe just put them where you can see them or memorize them. And number two, distinguish uh, preferences from principles. High to hobbies, flexible, honest, respect. Guiding your heart means protecting your principles first. So sometimes the interest, sometimes they don't matter the most, but their interest that can break a relationship. So heal it before you date. If you're coming from a broken relationship, or if you have wounds from your past, if you're grieving essential or anxious, pause and heal. Therapy, coaching, journal, and then pray. And have a supportive system like a community, coach, protect your future choices. The friends that you have in your life, they will determine how your tomorrow is going to look like. Your friends you have in your life, they will determine, they are the critical component of how your tomorrow is going to look like. They are the critical component of you building your relationship foundation. So it's important to guard your heart by selecting good friends that you know these people, they love me, they protect me. But at the same time, you have to know that the people that you don't know, they will never harm you. The strangers in your life, they will never ever harm you. The people that would turn their, like, will sell you for some pieces of gold is family members and friends, is those who you are closest to. So it could be your husband, it could be your wife that can actually sell you for some pieces of gold. It could be family members. So guide your heart. There's some people who get betrayed. Like when I got betrayed by social services, I was like, oh, that's Satan. What is he done now? Who has he used? Because I know I spent years and years and years. He will never, Satan will never ever use a stranger. He's either use your children and use people those that you're closest to and those that you love the most. Those are the people that Satan will use. So when come to relationship, know that the people that will betray you is the people that you are closest to. So don't even defend anyone and say, my husband will never turn his back on me. My wife will never turn his back on me. You know you are a soldier in your own life. Trust, but know that they can turn their back against you. When you have that mindset that I love my husband so much, I love my woman so much, but I know one day he can sell me if he wanted to. If he had that opportunity, he can do it. She can do it. So she can. I've watched Satan. Satan was not using strangers. He was using my siblings. He was using people that I'm closest to, people that I love. So it's important to guide your heart and be prepared. You date with grace, and also be prepared when that person turns. You say, okay, be prepared. People say they see me every single day. When I don't stress myself. because I had to work out how Satan works. If a man comes to me, he changes his mind. And also for those who are in a relationship who are beginning to date, there's this thing called diversion in the bloodline. Diversion, I'm not sure if you guys know what does it mean. Diversion, it means sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes 99%. Sometimes there can be a diversion in relationship. You could find that you meet this guy that love you so much and you say, I love you, I want to be with you. Or you meet this man, they say, I love you. I've learned this from Pastor James. I love you, I want to be with you. And then 2 years later, 3 years later, 10 years later, they change their mind. It's a diversion, bloodline diversion. It means Satan has now diverted the man that is supposed to marry you. It was diverted, and then you were given the wrong guy, but you think is the right guy. The woman that you were supposed to marry, it was diverted. They diverted the wrong woman, and the wrong woman now 2 years later, she changes her mind because they want to use that woman to destroy the bloodline. So that diversion, it destroys so many people. So many people. So you have to be someone who understands what does diversion mean. I've learned that with someone in my bloodline when I was going through human blood sacrifice. I started evaluating things now. Then it was then I realized that actually there's someone in my bloodline who never came for married. That person was brought in my bloodline so the family can benefit from my bloodline. Do you know, if you get it, they can benefit from my bloodline. Meaning if that person is in there, they can enter and steal in my bloodline. So this is sometimes it is really, really important. There are people that people marry, but they don't really marry them. They've been put in their path as a setup. And that destroys it. When they're there, the bloodline cannot succeed. They destroy the bloodline. The destiny. They destroy the destiny of a bloodline. So that is really, really important to be aware. So when you guide your heart, whoever you marry, guys, will determine how your next 100 years, 60 years, 50 years will look like. Whoever you choose to marry. So if you are the person who marries a man because they've got a tall heart, they are 6'2", or they are handsome, or they are this, then that's a problem. Because your bloodline is important. Your life is important. It would determine how this tall guy is going to take your life to the next level. How this beautiful tall woman, whether she's blonde or whatever she is, dark, how is she going to take your life to the next level tomorrow? It would determine that. Make some inquiries. When you meet a woman, make some inquiries. When you meet a man, make some inquiries. Is this the right man for me? So those things are important. Heal before, if you are grieving resentfully or anxious, pause and heal. Therapy, coaching, journal things, prayer, supportive community, and protect your future choices. Number 4, know your attachment style. Learn your patterns is really, really important. Your avoidance, secure insurance, and your triggers, awareness, that stops you from making mistake, underline for compatibility. So those things are important to rebuild, like build a strong life outside dating. Nature, friendship, purpose, routines, fitness, and faith. A full life reduces over investing in the wrong person out of loneliness. Make sure that you love your spouse as much as you love them, but make sure you still have a social life. Number 6, create boundary map. Write down your boundaries, time, how often you see each other, touch like pace of physical intimacy, talk to each other, what's private, early on, technology, all these things, money, boundaries, pre-decided, easier to keep. So all these things financially, talk about it, date with the discernment, not desperation. Security thinking is important. Good ones are rare. Is that the right one to talk? Cloud judgment from move from do they like me, or are we aligned and safe for each other? That's what you need to think about. Am I aligned with this person? Are we safe together? Does the person really want to be with me? Don't be in a relationship for the sake of being in that relationship just because your friends are in a relationship. Don't be in a relationship for the sake of it. Be in a relationship because you are loved. You are appreciated. You align with that person, guys. Be in a relationship because you align with them. And that will take your life to the next level. When you align with something, when you are with someone that appreciates you. I was once, when I was with my ex, he could not understand what kind of a person I am. But one day he came back and said, Nomsa, you are actually annoying, but you get things done. You won't take no for an answer. For me, there are two choices, guys, in my life. It's either I get on with things or I don't. I don't want to hear no stories. I don't want to hear no excuses. You get on with things like we have a child together. So when that child they have school meetings, I tell you, whatever I'm planning, every application that I do for my children, you get involved in it. Every meeting that I sit, you get involved in it. Unless you opt yourself out. Every meeting that everything. And I spend time sometimes doing some research how to better my kids and things like that. So if I find something, you get to sit in that meeting. If there is a meeting that goes on, I don't opt you out. You get to opt yourself out. So one day, because like sometimes me, I do things that the Holy Spirit tells me, no, approach this person, approach this one, approach that one. So when I approach, when they say yes, I call my father, my children's father, and they say, here's the meeting. So he's like, there's no way you can do that. I'm like, it's already done by God. All you have to do is just show up. And then he shows up and move forward with life. But when you move forward, that's when he's like, I never understood you when I live with you. I don't take life very serious. The reason why I don't take life very serious, I got my heart, guys, because I know there is someone greater than me out there who can love me, who can protect me. So whatever I'm doing, whatever the challenges that I go through, I handed them over to God. I cannot control my destiny. I can't control. I can fight for the life that I want, but I cannot control who behaves this, who behaves like this, who does what. I can't do that. So this is what I have learned. And I'm a woman who sit back and watch. I sit back and watch. And I'm good at waiting on God. When my life is not working, my finances are not working, my what is not working, I wait on the Lord. Because I know that He will answer me. He will call upon me. So guys, in marriage, any person you choose to marry, they would determine how your tomorrow is going to look like. Who you choose to marry. You see, my daughter, the one where they have reported me, she's doing wonderful things. God loves her so much because she has good parents. She's doing amazing things. So all these things I'm sharing with you guys because when you choose a woman that is going to take your life to the next level and keep that woman. It doesn't get any better. No one is perfect. When you choose a man that will take your life to the next level. It doesn't get any better as long as they're not abusive. Life, because we tended to compare our marriages with the other people. Life is a journey. You might be in a bumpy road, bumpy. You may like look at and then you see other people because you don't know what they go through. You see other people, you're like, they have a beautiful life. Why don't I have that? Life is a journey where God can enter your life within a second and change your life. The things that you've lost for 20 years, God can restore it within 20 minutes, within 1 minute, 1 second. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't compare. As long as you have alignment with your spouse, alignment is what you need. And you need to have faith. A relationship that depends on comparison, that does not have faith, it will not move forward smoothly. A relationship where two parties have faith with each other, where they have faith, they don't give up on their hope of what brought, the covenant that brought you together. Have that faith that we believe and we trust in our relationship. Don't bring a third person in that covenant. Two people are meant to be in that covenant. A third person is to tear the relationship apart. So as long as there's alignment, that's important. Peace, emotional intimacy. Share in layers, early dates, light, values, middle, family, your dreams, conflict, style, deeper history. Pacing keeps your heart safe while you learn the truth. Learn about your spouse. Guide your heart at the same time. And learn about their family. Learn about. I was listening to Pastor James, and Pastor James was saying when you are in a relationship, there's these people where let me not say this. Let me not say this. He was explaining why relationships don't work, but let me not say it. Let's move on to another one. Number 8, peace, physically intimacy. Oxytocin and bond you before the data. Choose a pace aligned with your convictions so your body isn't writing checks your future can cash. So that is important. Number 10, vet with community. Introduce a trusted friend to your relationship and mentor early enough to see interactions. Wise counsel spot patterns you excuse. So the people that you love the most are the people that can see the pattern that you cannot see. Watch actions over words. Consistency across time, content and pleasure, and pressure. So character, charm without consistency is a red flag. So those things are really, really important, guys. And use the 3-day checks in. That is important. After date, you can check and check on each other. Do I feel safe? Ask yourself if do you feel safe? Um, do you feel seen? Um, and do you feel respected? If not, guys, release kindly. Guide your heart means decisive exist. If you feel not 100% about that person, when you've gone to your first date, second date, remember there is no point in asking your friends how they feel about this person, about the other person, how they feel about your girlfriend, how they feel about your boyfriend. Because at the end of the day, it's you that is going to date this person for eternity. It's not them. So your heart, whatever your intuition, follow that. Follow that. Your intuition, follow it. And be able to actually, um, so you are able to actually make the right decision when it comes to dating. I dated the father of my child. Unfortunately, I never got to know him because the minute I met him, my sacrifice has already been projected. So it was in the middle of it. Everything that was going on, it was everything that when everything was beginning. So I never ever got, if you hear me saying, no, sir, I know you hear the lying. Because he never got to know me. Why? Because I was going through that pain. And I never got support from anyone apart from the pastor. So for me, if he says, I know you, but he would be lying. He doesn't know me. He doesn't. So if I judge him and say, I know you, I'll be lying to you. So it's important, guys, to actually, when you date someone for the beginning, just communicate with that person. And also, it's important to support each other. Support each other through thick and thin. Support each other is important. For me, I've learned from the challenges that I went through. And through that pain, the people that are closest to him, they were being used to create problems. But the problems were to my heart to create offense. The spirit of offense can kill when someone creates the spirit of offense where there's always blame. She's this, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's that. So at the time, I didn't know what I was going through. Like sometimes you get times where you're like, why is everyone blaming? Why is everyone blaming? So it's important, guys, to guard your heart. But I was so lucky because I had to guard my heart. And I'm ever so grateful, guys, that I am here today. So it's important when you date someone It's important to guard your heart. It's important also, there's one thing that is truly, truly important. Don't expect your spouse to rescue you. People may say nonsense, but if someone loves you, they don't have to do that. They don't have to, but we intend to say when someone is in a relationship with me, they need to get me, they need to be able to support me. It's a choice. Supporting someone is a choice. They make that choice because they want to be there. When someone makes a decision to say, I'm going to support this person, I'm going to stand with this person, it's a choice that they are making. But we cannot blame them if they don't give us that support. This is where too many people get destroyed because they don't understand that whatever you go through, my survivor in a relationship, it was because I did not look up to my spouse to say, why are you not supporting me? Why do I have to go through this pain? For me, it was God. God, how's today my day is going to look like? That was all me. How my day is going to look like? And knowing that the angel of God is there to guide me, to protect me, that's all I needed. But if I had to stress myself and say, you are my lover, you are my this, you're meant to love me, you're meant to do, no, they don't. They don't. Because that person might be going through their own issues as well. So the only way for survival, guiding your heart, is you being able to guide your heart and love yourself, knowing that even though I'm in this relationship with this person, I am not their responsibility. The person that takes responsibility in my life, in my all in all, is God. We make a mistake because we want somebody to carry a burden. We want my husband has to carry my burden. And if my husband does not carry my burden, do you know what happens? I get stressed, I die because of disappointment. You see, this person is a human being. It sounds horrible, but that's the truth. He's a human being. He may not even know how to carry you. He may not even know how to, he may know how to love you, but he may not know how to express that love and say, I love you. Or he may not even know how to do things. So if you depend on the other person, that's why you don't survive in life. That's why too many people get depression in relationship. They enter a relationship, they end up getting into depression because they don't know that when they are in that relationship, you're not protecting, you're not building a wall, you are enjoying that relationship. But if it's aligned, it means if you are somebody who's open, who likes to have fun, enjoy life, it means you have to you have to be in a relationship with someone similar that aligns with who you are as a person. Your destiny has to align with that person. I love God, guys. I am where I am today because of God. I did explain before that someone, a member of my family, hit me and they killed me. They hid me behind the door and I died. But God brought me back. I survived. And that's why I love him so much. In my life, I will never, ever turn my back on God. Never, ever, because of the things that he's done for me. So for my experience is why I know when I depend on him, and the amazing, amazing things, when you depend on God, God is able to go into that person's heart and love them and teach them how to love you. But if you say, you know what, I want you to love me, I want you to love me like this. If you don't love me, breaking my heart, why would you give me that heart in the first place? Why would you give the guy your heart? Why would you give that woman your heart in the first place? You are meant to share your wealth. That person, they're meant to share your wealth is a loving wealth. Imagine you're full of love. And every person that enters in that world, they get to experience the love that you have within you. You know, sharing your heart. Like, no, 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 no. I'm not sharing my heart. Sharing my heart, it means I'm surrendering everything that I am, and I'm just focusing my vision. I'm focusing on you. So you share you share your heart with that person, your world. It means that even if that person feels they don't want to be with you, you still continue with your world, because your world is your world that cannot be taken by anybody. It cannot be altered by anybody. Whether we like it or not, it cannot be altered. Some people, they don't know that. I've learned this the hard way, guys. I used to think when I love someone, it means that I have to give this person my heart. I have to. But then I realized actually love comes from within, not outside. Like sometimes the people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be okay when I find this person in my life I'm gonna start doing this." You start doing now before you meet that person. Whatever you want to do it now. Because when you meet that person, all you have to do is to link your alignment, your dreams with them. You don't have to force anyone. People seem to think relationship is all about you force someone to love you. If they don't love you, you now have to have anxiety. You have to have depression. How many depression will you have if you date 5 guys? That's too many depression. So it's important to actually guide your heart. When you guide your heart, means allow that person to enter your life. At the same time, if they feel that it's not the world they want to be in, gracefully send them off. I always say to people, I will never ever fight anyone that I have a child with. I will never fight them. Because if I'm fighting my daughter's father, it means that I'm fighting my daughter. I've learned this the hard way when I was in spirit, when these people wanted to kill me. That's when I had to realize how the world works, how the physical and the spiritual works. Some people, when they split up, they go to war. And guys, that war is a stamp to your children. It means generation to come. That war, they have to undo it. The war that is being brought, whether is it a mother or a father, it has to be undone, because the generation to come, it will affect them. If I bring a war to the father of my daughter, it means I'm creating a war. When my daughter gets married, she'll go through that. But if I cut off the ties completely, where there is a relationship, but there is no connection of pain, cut off the ties of pain, leave the glory, it cannot affect my children. So it's important, guys, when you meet someone, guide your heart. Keep first aid short in public. Ask values, revealing questions. How do you handle conflict? Watch how they speak to the waitresses. When the waitresses come and serve, watch even how they speak about other people. Sometimes a man can make a comment and say, "Oh, this one is this." Don't take that slightly. And how do you handle conflict? What does commitment look like to you? Who are you? Who are your closest friends and why? Value questions beat interview fluffy. So observe emotionally availability. Do they express feelings? Do they apologize? Do they take feedback and show empathy? Emotional stone walls are closed later. Track your nervous system as well and keep your routines. It's really, really important. Don't abandon sleep. Don't abandon your prayer. Don't abandon your gym life because you've fallen in love. Don't abandon your friends because you've fallen in love or work performance. If dating rules your life, that's data about fit and self-leadership. So number 18, name of enforce micro boundaries early. If they text like past your bedtime or push you like past your low time, correct it kindly. Like myself, I don't mind the people texting me or calling me. Even my clients, I always tell them, as long when I'm in bed, that when I have a problem is a common sense. So if it repeats that pattern, it accordingly speak to them. If you don't answer the phone, sometimes you can look at the phone when your spouse is calling you, ignore it. When they're calling, look at it, ignore it. See how they react when that person cannot get a hold of you in that moment. To see their reaction. Is it controlling or are they okay with it? Because there are some people who are very, very controlling. And when they want to talk to you, they'll be like, where have you been? I've been trying to call you. Can you make sure they'll make a big deal about it? And that is controlling. That's the red flags. So when you're dating someone in the beginning, when they call you, you say, okay, I'll call you later. Just ignore it. And then call them after an hour or after half an hour. Say how they behave. If a man calls me now, if I call a man and I say they call me or want to talk to me, maybe we just begin to date. I'll answer the phone. So there are times where I'm just look at the phone and ignore it for 30 minutes. I'm checking their reaction. How are they going to feel if they can't get a hold of me that moment? How are they going to feel? React. So if they're okay, that means, yeah, they're good. If they start controlling to say, oh, can you make sure you have your phone next to you? The blah, 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 blah. It means they're controlling the run. Run. It means they're controlling. If I'm ringing a guy, if he is not available, it means he is not available that moment. All I have to do is if I ring a guy, he doesn't pick up. All I have to do, honey, I'll just call. Give us a call back when you're free. Means he's not free. I don't have to think about anything else. All I have to do is continue with my work. When he is free, then he's going to call me. I don't have to think, what is he doing? I don't have to go through all that nonsense. So make sure that everything aligns. And practice clean communication. Use the I statement, be specific, make specific requests, and calm tone. I value punctuality. Can we play times we both keep? Clean talk protects connection and self-respect. Don't future trip soon. If you're just dating someone, get to know them first. Enjoy the present while gathering truth. Don't rush things. No wedding planning in 2 weeks. Learn reality in your imagination. When you meet someone, don't think about the wedding. Don't imagine. It's a step by step. As long on your first or second interview, you ask someone, would you like to get married one day? Because I love to get married one day if I've met the right guy. I love to get married. So if they say yes, say, oh, okay. But then you don't plan the wedding, like to rush things and say he wants to get married. I want to get married. We're both suited. No, get to know the guy, get to know the girl. Gather the truth together without judgment. The truth is gathered where there's joy. When you make a decision that I am going to enjoy my life with this guy, I'm going to go for a meal, I'm going to enjoy my meal, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to get to know him. I'm going to get to know her. I'm not going to think the negativity. I'm going to get to know it. It's where you find the truth. But when you confuse yourself with doubt, that's where confusion comes. But when you decide to relax, be in the present moment, no judgmental moment, but just I'm going to get to know my guy. And this is where my guy brings red flags. Or this is where my guy brings the graceful journey, where that journey takes you to marriage. This is where the woman brings red flags, or the journey where it takes you to marriage. That's all you can do. When you bring confusion, you find confusion. It confuses because you don't get to see the truth when you're confused. When you start by investigating to get to the truth, you get to the truth of the bottom of things. But when you enjoy life and say, you know what, I'm gonna go with the ride. Can I get to know this guy? I'm talking about normal people, guys. There are some relationship when you begin them, you're like, you know what, this guy, just put him in the bin. So those guys, I'm not talking about them, those women. I'm talking about the guy that is worth knowing. A guy that does not enter your life, unapologetic enters your life to get to know you. Not what they have, what you have. They just like you for you. I like people that want like people for who they are, not for what they have. A woman that enters your life and they're just interested in you. And that is priceless. So when you find that person, don't mix doubt. Just take away doubt. Gracefully get to know that person. You know your values. You know what's aligned with you. You know your principles. That's all you need to hold on to. And hold your identity and purpose. You are whole already. Complete, not completion. This stage guides your heart from idealization. Do not change for somebody. You share your wealth. You're not compromising, but you're sharing your wealth. You make that person feel you welcome. When you welcome someone at home, it's like this is your home too. I'm welcoming you into my home in my heart for you to feel safe. Learn their conflict style early. Disagreement are inevitable. Can they disagree without disrespect? Stone willing or blame. Conflict reveals character. For me, guys, when it comes to relationship, I don't have time for disagreement. I don't I'm not somebody, when I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm not a perfect person. I don't expect to date someone who's perfect. So I'm very, very quick to say I'm sorry, as long as I'm not being judged. If I date someone who doesn't not judge me, I'm sorry. And I don't, I don't disagree with anybody. This guy the father of my child, I don't remember having hot argument with the guy. I don't even know whether I have arguments with him. I don't with people. I don't know. I can't remember the day when I have an argument. The only thing that I have is I get guided by the Holy Spirit. If someone is broken or if there is part of that is sensitive through that person, the Holy Spirit will guide me through how to deal with the situation with that person without me hurting them, or know when to, if I want to say something or if I want to communicate with that person, how do I communicate? So it guides me through the communication, how to communicate. How do you communicate with this person? That if there is an argument where we have to argue, I don't know how to argue, guys. What I know is to sit down with someone and plan things. But when someone is not happy, I don't argue with them. All I ask is, how do you want to do things the way that is going to make us both happy? Because I know that I'm not perfect. So if I'm dating someone and we're planning something and they're not happy, it's now then I have to ask that person, how do I allow you into my world so we can share and make things work, this work for both of us. But then when you do that, this is when you get problems if someone does know how to open up, or if you most men, if you date guys, this guys that, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to a woman. A woman cannot tell me what to do. But mostly guys, men, 99% of women are right. If you listen to women's advice, if men were to listen to women's advice, they will be far and far away. Our intuition is always right. So I don't have that time to argue, but the time that I have is, how do we move forward in order for us to make this thing work for us, for both of us? And then we move forward with an agreement, not winning an argument. Relationship is not about winning an argument or about anything. No, it's not. So that is important. Uh, Maintain financial boundaries, no loans, consigning or light gifts early, money test boundaries first, protect your future self. Don't borrow loans from your boyfriend. Share your story with a vision, unless if they give you gifts and not you having to ask. If they give you gifts, it's fine. Share your story with wisdom, truthful, not naked. Offer essential history without trauma dumping. Your heart is precious. No oversharing, no any connection. Notice reciprocity. When they ask about you, don't they follow up? Do they follow up? Initial plans, repair needs, maturity is the rhythm of healthy love. Guard digital doors. Delay social media. Don't post your spouse on social media too early. Clarify exclusive, explicit. Don't assume. Use explain words. I'm ready to date. Exclusively, are you? Clarity protects your heart from ambiguity, trust patterns, not promises. A really apology includes change behavior. If you keep hearing, I'll do better, without change, believe the pattern. Exist with dignity when needed. Exit with dignity when it's needed. Thank you for your time, and then just go. That's important. Choose love with your eyes open. Unapologetic. Choose the right guy for yourself. Choose the right woman for yourself. There's red flags, yellow flags, green list. After each date, judge their behavior. If you are enjoying the relationship, enjoy it. But don't judge anyone. We live in this world where people are very, very judgmental. Like for me, I'm very friendly, very, very, very friendly. And when I meet someone, like when you meet a friend. So for me, when I meet someone, like even a guy for the first time, I don't find it that I have to feel nerves or anything. That person is the person that is just like everybody. So for me, it's the connection that I need to connect with someone. But guys always judge me and say I'm very naughty. They're like, I'm not sure, Nomsa, if I can, you're like, you're very naughty girl. I'm like, I'm not a naughty girl. I am a normal girl who just meet someone. If I like someone, I don't hold back. I'm not talking about kissing, guys. I'm not talking about touching. I'm talking about communicating. I don't hold back. If I truly feel welcomed in that person, because in spirit I can feel it. If someone welcomes me with open arms, why you holding back? Why not ask a question just to see where they see themselves in 5 years' time, in 2 years' time? I've got my two girls, so I have to give the guy an interview. I'm like, do you like this? Do you like this? Or what? Just to make sure that I get the right guy. So I never hold back. But that's who I am. So all those things, like, don't hold back. Just be who you were created to be. Invite that person to your world and make sure there's an alignment. Don't try to fit in. When you meet the guy, then you alter your story. Your story has to fit in that person because of who they are. Like I'm a Christian, I love God. So, do you love God? What do you know about Jesus? Are you the guy that when I'm going to church, are you just going to start annoying me and telling me that I can't go to church? So those are the things that are important to me. Like one day, like I'm fasting, who knows, one day I might go out and start raising the dead and stuff. I need a man that is going to wake me up and say, honey, it's time to go into your work. It's time for you to go and just a man that is going to keep my spirit stronger, not to weaken my spirit, because anxiety weakens you. So you know what I mean? A man that is going to embrace who he has, not to try to pin it down. Embrace, unleash it more. So those are important things. Like if I'm a woman, that will unleash that will unleash who you want to be in life. So all those things are important. I hope guys you enjoyed it. What do I leave with you guys today? Um, Boundary statement is very, very important. When you're enjoying getting to know someone, you let them know. Let that person feel best. Don't rush physical intimacy, and It's important to get to know someone, take your time, and get to know their family as well. It's really, really important to get to know them. And the guy that is still attached to um, families that cannot make his own decision, I'll say stay away from those kind of guys. Because there are some guys or women, when they make a decision, everything is family. When you want to do things as family, they cannot do they're always doing things with their family. Because when you marry someone, you're creating your own life, your own foundation. So it's important to build that foundation, but keep your family in as well, but not too much. Not too much. Like my mom. My mom minds her own business. You come for dinner when you yourself say, Mommy, we're free today. Can we come for dinner? She's like, yeah, of course you can. But she doesn't force. Or maybe if we are having family together, gathering together, if there are those family gathering, if you are available, you are available. Um, I used to go to I never went to my stepdaddy family together, gathering family together. Why? Because just meet them as individual and they are big families. And sometimes people, they just meet each other. They say, look at me, this is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing clothes better than yours. Sometimes people do. But my family are like that. Even when they're having get together, if you don't want to be there, you don't have to come. Things like that. So if you are married to any of my family, you have joy. That's how we live. We don't force anybody. You're not a bad person if you don't come to our family dues and stuff. Obviously, you're not gonna miss all of them, but there are some that you may not make it. But what I've noticed in the United Kingdom mostly, if you miss family dinners, you're not the favorite. If you miss the gathering, when people are making gathering, if you happen to have something planned on, you don't become the favorite. That's control. I don't know, but that's what I've noticed. Even in my first relationship, that's what I've noticed that when gathering have been set, you show up, or if you don't show up, you're not part of us. But for me, I'm not used to it. But then I have friends as well who are married to white people. You see them, they do their own things. No, they're all the same, they're not. They do their own things, but evaluate those grown-up boys or mama's boys, evaluate them because that relationship might not last. Because if you don't do what they want you to do, then you are no longer part of the family. And mostly if you get good children, children get destroyed. So check the alignment. Does this align with this family, align with the relationship that I have? Because everything we do in life requires freedom. It requires freedom. So, guys, may God bless you. And if you're watching from YouTube, please do subscribe to our channel. And LinkedIn, please do share the video. On Facebook, please do share the video. No, they're not watching today. So do share the video, spread the words, spread the love. And if you're single looking for love, please do go to the website to sign up. And looking for coaching, please do go to the website as well. God bless you guys and live with grace.